5 pillars of globally ready giving experiences. So local currencies, payment methods, different languages as part of the donor journeys, again, regional compliance, donor retention at scale, and how to do it all without adding complexity to your teams. These are small but mighty teams that we have doing amazing work across the world. And so let's dig in with Mike kicking us off with the first pillar.
Cool. Love it. All right. So it's harkening back to Greenpeace and their rudimentary beginnings, but we want to let donors like give the way they already pay. And to Kasim's point about their consumer selves, right, versus their philanthropic consumer selves, and so when I look at Fundraise Up's hard work to be able to do that, that they're able to serve up 135 plus currencies. I mean, back in the Greenpeace days, that would have been mind-boggling. But that this is possible. And then just as important, different countries have different payment methods. And even within the United States and Canada or Mexico, for example, in North America, there are many different payment methods and or the United Kingdom, et cetera. So being able to serve dozens of payment methods, over 100 currencies, I mean, for me, that those are the fundamental pieces of letting donors give the way they already pay.
Yeah, this is a perfect intro. Thanks, Mike, to pillar 2, which is that multilingual donor journey. So there's an important distinction here that we wanted to call out. So a localized journey is not the same as a translated form. So think about this. 1 in 5 Canadian donors use French as their primary language. US Spanish speaking donors are one of the fastest growing segments.
Mhm.
So donors may browse in English, but when it comes to like pulling out my credit card, making that donation, or Qasim, making a donation in honor of his son, they want it to be in their own language. So Fundraise Up covers the full journey. So the form, email, donor portal, receipts, not just the button, which is really important.
I get the fun topic of compliance. I know when people hear compliance, they think of yellow cards, red cards, maybe some dismissals, and suspensions. But honestly, compliance is one of my favorite topics to talk about because what compliance truly does is it builds trust in the donor. Um, Fundraise Up takes compliance very seriously. As you can see, we do have regional compliances as we do have organizations across these different regions here. Taking Canada, for example, bilingual receipts. We've been talking about bilingual Canadian donor journeys. So having that donation receipt in French as well to meet the donor where they're at is not only a nice to have, it's actually a legal requirement. And Fundraise Up manages to have that set up.
So pillar 4 of 5 is turning one-time gifts into predictable revenue. So a fundraiser's dream. So giving once is great, but keeping them is where the impact really lives for nonprofits. So globally, that means meeting donors where they live, where they are. So that right payment method, the right currency, the right follow-up when a recurring gift is at risk. UNICEF USA is a really great example of what this looks like. So 82% of their donors are covering processing fees, over 26,000 increase in recurring gifts, and they've added $3 million in additional revenue through upsells. So that's not luck. That's them turning on all the features and Fundraise Up. So optimizing the platform to the highest ability to hold that moment of commitment in every single market across the world.
Finally, pillar 5 is scaling across those markets. And I think we've been alluding to this throughout this presentation with regards to turning things on with a simple click of a button. And I know that may be hard to believe, but that's truly how simple it is with Fundraise Up. With Fundraise Up, all you have to do is turn on a few things, and then you will have access to those markets, whether they be global markets or even local markets that speak different languages or would like to see different payment methods as well. You'll see a few stats here. So IFA is in 8 markets and launches emergency campaigns in 3 to 4 hours. There's no custom building, no separate forms for each of those 8 markets. It's one form sent out to all 8 markets all at once, reducing that time to value.